Hi everyone and welcome back to Zelda 2, The Adventure of Link. From part of this retrospective series through most of the Zelda series up until Wind Waker. There's a little secret I missed back there because I was trying to finish the video, but in these woods right here are these enemies. Yeah, there's a bunch of new enemies. These cannot be attacked unless their eyes open. When they open their eye is a little random sometimes. They also hurt a lot if they do hit you. Whatever the case, they're not really worth fighting. Was there a secret there though? Like a P-switch thing? Not a P-switch, yeah, P-bag. This town will learn one of the more boring spells. With boots, I could walk on the water. What he should specify is that it's only some of the water that you can walk on, not all of it. Because I found this lady first, I can cast a heal spell right away. What do you need? I am thirsty. Well, get some water. Oh look, the water fountain's right here. Want to get some water? You have water. Come to my house. Yeah, this is definitely the most, like, the absolute laziest quest and laziest NPC, because the water fountain isn't even like in another part of town. It's literally just like a couple of steps away from her. But you get a pretty boring spell because of that too. This magic will make your sword shoot fire. You don't need the spell at all. In fact, look at how cheap it is. 16. But there are some enemies that are only vulnerable to the fire, and if you want to attack from a distance against some enemies, this is the spell for it. Essentially, you can interpret the fire spell as giving your sword the ability to attack from a distance. Like, let me just show. See? It replaces your sword beam, but unlike the sword beam, it actually travels the entire screen. That's the point of the fire spell. You must save Hyrule! Hello? See a man in Darunia before the islands. So basically go visit Darunia, the town, before you go to the islands. What do you have to say? Come on. You are persistent. Find heart over ocean. Okay, that's not that big of a deal of a hint, to be honest, because once you get the boots, you're basically gonna try to travel through the whole ocean. But yeah, you need the boots first, so... I might as well show what happens if you try to go down here. Oh, these enemies too. Like, I was thinking of the scorpions when thinking of enemies that you can only damage through having the fire spell on, but there's also these guys. Tick Titans, I think. These bugs are extremely annoying, gosh. This enemy looks a lot goofier than it really should be to me. I'm just gonna say that right now. Like, it's supposed to look evil, but it just looks like it's got these giant goofy eyes. I might as well show the potential of the fire spell. Dude, these enemies do give lots of XP for what it's worth. Geez, not too bad. And now I've got to restore my health. How come I keep getting the generic enemies over the fairies? Eh? Okay, so in this cave down here, I need to fight some enemies. Because if all else fails, you gotta use fire, right? Probably should cast shield too, just in case. Scorpion? Yeah, there's Scorpion. Okay, but the Scorpion you can in fact attack, even without the fire spell. I don't believe you can block the fireballs, unfortunately. Not without a reflect spell that you get much later on. How you're supposed to know when you're able to damage this thing is beyond me. You can only damage it when its eye is open, but when does it open its eye? Whenever it feels like it. Actually, there's probably like a calculation that indicates that it only opens its eyes after you haven't tried to attack it some time. That's what I assume. Now we can go beyond that block. Looks pretty annoying, but as long as you remember the downward stab, you'll be fine. Yeah, also there's these occasional events. Need to jump spell for this. Look at this. 500! That's quite a bit. We're already halfway there. And that's all we could do here. Bit of magic. Alright, so basically once we get the boots we'll be going to the ocean there, but we can't do that right now, so we gotta go through this cave up here. Still has some relatively easy enemies in here. Given our level. Yeah, since when we get magic jars like that, we might as well cast a shield spell. Or jump. Whichever, one or the other. I think this is another enemy that you need to fire a spell for. Yep. Okay, so there's actually quite a few. I wonder if this is supposed to be like the Dodongo of this game. This definitely doesn't look like it. Way too small. It's also a very small cave too. Meanwhile, these enemies are super dangerous because of the fact that your attack is inconsistent. Now, we're going to Darunia, but getting to the Darunia is actually kind of dangerous. You're all about to see why very soon. There's several areas that we have to go through before we get all the way to Darunia. And these areas have bottomless pits! Hooray! If you're feeling antsy about going through these areas and aren't too good with the platforming or just too nervous, you can cast a fairy spell to go over everyone. There's also another technique where you can, yeah, the bubbles are gonna be really annoying. This is literally like the same area, but now there's bubbles coming up. There's also another way where you can, like, have enemies appear on the map, and if you have a normal encounter while going over one of these stages, like these pre-made stages, you actually get the normal encounter, like the generic encounter instead. Allows you to quote-unquote skip the stupid stage. Mountain Town of Darunia. We have to learn a spell here, but also something else. That is literally an empty home, there is nothing there. However! Well, might as well restore my... Yeah! Oh. Okay, you can't go down this chimney. But you will be able to go down a chimney soon. Huh. So, this is literally an empty home, there really is nothing. Or if there is something, it's probably in the darkness above the ceiling where I can't see anything. Magic. Maybe I'm supposed to go down the chimney up there. Huh? Maybe, maybe not. I don't remember these chimneys actually being important, to be honest. But you instantly think maybe there's something. Yeah, it's this one. But first... gotta find the wizard. What do you need? Rescue the kidnapped child on the island. Yep. That's how we get the spell. First, we gotta learn a technique. So, technically speaking, we shouldn't have gone to this place first. We should have rescued the kid to get the spell. Damn it. And there. You. When you jump, press up to stab. Now we got the upward stab. Not as useful as the downwards, but still something. Yeah, see, because unlike the downward stab, the upward stab only lasts like a moment. Only when you're ascending, basically. Well, now I have to leave town, go to the island area, which is to the far east of here, and then come back to learn the spell, which is the Reflect spell, which you absolutely need to beat the boss of the Island Palace. I might as well show, like, I might as well try to show what happens if you encounter an enemy at the same time. The enemies would just show up. So this is a generic encounter, but the tile I walked on was also the one... low battery, seriously? Low battery on my controller. See the tile right above me? That was the tile where the event area would have happened, like this. But I skipped it. It's very useful. Not very useful right now, but it'll be very useful for an area in the future. Like, I'm not kidding. You'll definitely want to skip the preset areas of the road to the final dungeon. Okay, this is weird. Also, I should have gotten a fairy right there. I have to change at the last moment. And one more thing, I have to plug in my controller. In general, when you're dealing with these enemies, you just want to use a downward stab. Much safer, and if you manage to hit them or damage them because you opened their eye, you ought to be able to kill them in 2 hits. Something like that. Anything here? Oh, there is. An extra life! Haha! Didn't actually remember about this one. But now it's gone forever, and it's the only extra life I've got right now. So this is the maze area. Generally, just want to use, like, go left every time you have the opportunity. It's not the most optimal way to go through this place, but you'll be able to get the kid by doing this. In general, though, if you try to cut corners, you'll have to go through preset areas that are a bit difficult. Potion of magic! We have 7 magic now. Still 1 more to find. I could have easily missed this one. I almost forgot about it. I think there's a potion of life somewhere around here, too. And if not, well, too bad for me. Use a fire spell for these others. Good thing about this maze is that it's all roads, so there's no random encounters. It's just the preset ones. Oh, this is to go to the boss, but we don't want to go to the boss. Sorry, I mistook the passage to find the kid with the passage to go to the dungeon. Stabbing upwards is useful against the enemies to some extent. If it wasn't for the fact they always drop crap right on you. Wow, they give 50 XP? That's huge. Especially for an enemy that appears randomly. Magic. And it's fully restored. Good. What? Not in here. Wasted my time. Good. Almost there. Almost got another level up, and it's the damage level up. Cool. Enemies will fall before our blade even faster than normal. It's too bad the boss of this dungeon, you can't really even attack it with your blade. new enemy, but you can block their attacks at least. However, the spear is a lot harder to predict compared to the Darknut's sword. So these are a little more challenging. I'm not sure if they have more range than the sword though, despite the fact that they're wielding spears. In the Japanese version, you have to stab items to be able to take them. They obviously changed that for the international release. Because why would you stab a kid to grab him? Wow, they only give 50 P bags? I mean, they are only worth 20 XP. Level up! And yet I have no life left. God damn it. Well, now it's worthless for me to continue here because I only went here in the hopes that I could reach the town to be able to restore myself. I probably could have if I had just played carefully and not foolishly continued walking like a moron. Back to 0 lives again. But I killed these guys in 1 hit! Hehehe. Gonna cast a fairy spell. Like, you might as well cast a fairy spell to skip over this area because you're going towards Darunia and therefore you'll restore your magic once you get there. When you're coming back from it though, then you should consider not having to cast a fairy spell. Dialogue. You are a hero for saving my child. Come. She wasn't too distressed about her kidnapped kid when she gave us a quest. Kinda weird. Now she mentions, oh, it's my kid. Thank you for saving him. This magic will strengthen a shield. It actually completely reflects other projectile when you've got this magic. It's 2 bars, unfortunately. I feel it should have been cheaper. I think it becomes 24 at some point. I want to mention something. This area is unusually laggy. Not sure why. Like laggy for the NES, but even so, it's just like I always wondered why is it so laggy given that there's no enemies on screen. Is it all those mountain tiles? The fact that there's quite a few tiles where there's an event? I have no idea. Never went through this passage. Probably would have been better if I had just cast fire. Well, anyway, it's time for the temple. Temple 4, let's go. And we're starting off strong. Very strong. Don't stab me in the back. Oh, cool. That is actually quite worth it. Almost a full restore. So this temple is infested by Ku Klux Klan members. Well, not really, but the Japanese had no idea what they were doing when they designed these enemies to look like this. See them? That's how you defeat them. They're actually worth quite a bit of XP. The thing is, you can't attack them with the sword. You have to reflect their spells onto them. And spoiler alert, the boss works the same way. Man, I don't think I'll be able to get enough XP to get another level up while going through this dungeon. I might have to farm a few enemies. Come on, jump out of there, Billy Skeleton. There we go. Big jump. Come on. Already so low life already. Can't even cast Reflect again. Don't get an XP. No! I forgot all about that. It keeps reflecting over and over and over. And guess what? That means going all the way back here. Except I refuse. Yeah, we're not gonna waste too much time now. Gonna keep going, I'll keep going. Also, because of this restore magic right here, you can basically be at full HP and magic. Well, almost. Because he fell off screen, that doesn't count as him actually dying. So lame. This is not a real pit. This is actually something you have to fall through. Hold on. Just wanted to see what's over here. Okay, there's nothing. Now, normally you might accidentally fall to the bottom, but you're supposed to go here. Or another one of these guys. Gosh, they're so annoying. But 4 hits to defeat them? 3? Wasn't paying attention. Too many hits, that's for sure. Also, double Stalfos. And this one was trying to double team me. Do appreciate the red jar, though. Blue Dark Nut, we do have a spare key. And it's for the item. Definitely at least 4 hits for these guys. Anyway, with the boots we can actually get the other heart container if we want. Like right now, before finishing this dungeon. Now we go down here. Don't fall into the lava, that will kill you. Again. This one's not as dumb. He's not actually gonna fall into the lava. Yeah, Bubbles can be super dangerous now. Secret here? Bad. Ah! Of course it gets stuck on the platform. Having seen Medusa heads in a while. You're exceptionally dangerous on that bridge. That's for sure. Okay, reflect. You have to be close to them for the reflect spell to work, unfortunately. And the reflect spell only works on them, it doesn't damage other enemies. Is that the other one? Last one? I think there's usually 3 per screen. What I wanted. Yeah, these 2 bars to cast reflect. You definitely, if you're about to go into the boss room, you definitely need to farm for magic. Because you absolutely need the reflect spell to be able to deal with the boss. And there's no like, this isn't like modern games where they give you everything you need to be able to beat the boss inside the room. In this game, if you don't have everything, you're dead. That's your only option. Die. Really stuck now. Double team! Oh my god. It's a good thing they barely deal any damage, because otherwise this would be near impossible. Oh cool, a red jar. Definitely needed that. Finally out of that. Yeah, I got hit like, what, 10 times? But they barely deal any damage, so it wasn't that punishing. All the way back here. Yeah, the rate we're going, I doubt I'll have enough XP to get the next level up. So yeah, this is why you need the upward stab to be able to get this key. But as I mentioned in the last video, with the perfect timing, you can stab a block like this or something. I think you might need the jump spell to make it work, but... Oh wow, 2 hits? Cool. Three hits, okay. That's all I needed to know. Come on down. Ugh. Dead. Oh, another one. I do have to fight it because I want the XP. Need 1300 more. Might need to go out of the dungeon to get the rest. I believe the boss gives 300 by itself, so if I can get 1000 more XP, that should be enough. Of course, that's assuming I survive. If I get a game over, that's all of the XP gone. come on. Stop hitting me. Damn it! 20. I'm just being like paranoid about the Medusa heads right now, that's the problem. No, I'm almost dead. Maybe I should farm for potions from these guys. Like jars. I definitely need one more jar because don't have enough magic to cast Reflect. Two spare keys. Okay, how am I supposed to dodge that? Just 120 more, and I'll have all the magic I need. Is this the boss? This is the boss, okay. Need to farm for a jar, cause without the reflect spell, I can't win. Also need 120 more XP. Be somewhere. Might as well just cast a jump spell right now. Like this. 20 more XP. I can farm that from the Medusa heads or something. I needed that jar. Sometimes they don't give XP and instead give you a P bag that you can't get. That's also annoying. Oh, there's Medusa heads right over there. So that's the XP. Like, maybe I need to have 3,300 just in case, but pretty much have everything. Need the magic now. These guys reappear? No, they don't. P bag. Well, it's just 50 more XP. If I get the level up and it's like magic up, that'd be useful. Life up would be useful as well, but it's not that important. Well, if I kill the other two, it's a level up. There's only 4 of them in this room, just realized. 2 on the way towards the statue and 2 on the way back. Oh, level up. And it was magic level up. Okay, whatever. Whatever it took. Oh, of course, right after. We just cast life real quick. Life is still 50, fairy is still 40, fire 16, jump reduced to 12, and reflect is now 24, which means I don't need 2 bars anymore, I just need 1.5 bars. Or, yeah, 1.5. So, you cast Reflect, you pick a corner, and you sit down. That's the boss. The only danger really is if the boss like teleports right on you and damages you like forcibly. But if you pick the corner quickly enough, that should never happen. 300 XP. Okay, so 3200 would have been fine. I still have a spare key. Huh. Is it from like dungeon 3 or 2 or whatever? I wonder if I can use it in the other dungeons. Is what I'm really concerned about. Hold on. Just in case, we're gonna let the XP go all the way up to 4,000. Life is maxed. Now I take as little damage as possible. Just don't have all 8 heart containers, or heart bars I should say. Also I have the boots, so I can just safely go like this. Gives the whole thing. And I can also go here. Again, it skips the whole thing. There's a heart container. One of the places right here. You don't need to cast jump, but it is convenient. Yay. All hearts get. Not quite, just one left in the next area. We're actually just gonna go right to the next dungeon right now, because there's not any quests associated with it, really. You just need to have the boots ready. You just need to have the boots, and you're ready to go. But I will go back to town just to make sure I'm fully refilled. Because we're going to this next dungeon so quickly, I'm not gonna bother trying to get up to 5,000 XP. That's kind of ridiculous. I'm just gonna get the free level up in that dungeon. As far as the item this dungeon has, well, it's obviously an item that'll help us deal with the monster blocking the south path. How many hits does it complete these things now? Not as many. Oh, but we absolutely need to cast a fairy spell. Continue. Don't want to get hit by the bubbles. We don't want to lose the rest of our magic. Oh, this is lame. But it works. Again, that P-bag is a little risky, but as long as you know how the platforms work, it's not that dangerous. Just a little risky. Because those Medusa heads can really trip you up if you're not careful. 2 hits. As per usual. I'm surprised they're still sending us the red ones, to be honest. Red ones have stopped being challenging for some time now. Yeah, these wizards, they feel like the Ku Klux Klan members from before, but they're actually much easier to deal with, and also I think you can attack them directly, if you have the time. That's it? Nothing? I guess this is just a farm, you know, from these slimes. Oop. Yeah, so you can attack them with your sword. I just wanted to show that. But I'm not going for the XP level up, so we're just gonna ignore them. Oh yeah, that's not gonna be annoying at all. Got it. Damn it! Wow, an orange one? Can I defeat in 1 hit? No, not quite. Still 2 hits. Yeah! Always remember to stab your statues, kids. I want to go left. Ugh. Usually you always go right when you go into these dungeons, because that's where all the optional stuff is. At least that's how I feel. Ignore the P-bag, and yeah, I think left was the wrong thing. The thing is, why you're constantly going right, because you think that's where the optional stuff for the dungeon is. Eventually you run into the final dungeon, and in that dungeon you absolutely do not want to go right. Okay, that's good. Gotta get rid of these guys. All that just for a P-bag. 200. But this is a spare key, and yes, I can use it in this dungeon. Wow. So, this is, I mentioned earlier in this playthrough that the keys were locked to dungeons that you found them in. That's not the case at all. You can still use them in whatever dungeon you find them in. I mean, you can still use them on any dungeon you are in. That's what I meant to say. What the hell? I didn't mean to actually head towards the boss, but I guess we'll get the boss over with right now. We'll still have to find the item, though. This boss is protected with the head. It's the body you have to hit. His attack, however, is pretty darn powerful. And he's got a huge range. That's it, though. He's not that much of a... Like, compared to the other gimmicky fights you've had, this guy is very simple to understand. However, the designers didn't think he was all that popular, so this is the only time we ever find him. Because the boss of dungeon number 3, we're going to be fighting that guy a couple more times, that's for sure. 500 XP is pretty good, though. Dungeon 5 already complete. Level up. It's attack. Now we only got magic and then attack if you level up. I think magic is, well, yeah, magic is 6,000 and then attack will be 8,000. Still have to find the item though. Let's head right here. Or did we already do that? I think we did. Okay. There's nothing over there. Forget it. Incidentally, these warlocks right here, pretty sure this is the only dungeon you've ever encountered them in. That's worth noting, I guess. Cool, one hit. The orange ones died to one hit now. Like, I'm pretty sure that's the last time we'll ever have to fight them, but you know. This is totally not complete nonsense. What are you talking about? I'm gonna need to cast a jump spell. You know, to make things easier for me. Perhaps casting the fairy spell in that room is a lot better, to be honest. It's a dead end, but I'm gonna fight that blue dark nut anyway. Stab him in the head! Oh, that worked. Well, there's a key over there, but we can't reach it. I wonder what we have to do. Oh, cool. Another one of those. There's quite a few red jars in this dungeon. I'm pleasantly surprised. Okay, that is nonsense. We are not tolerating that. And even if you cast a fairy spell while you're in the middle of getting damaged, that doesn't count. I mean, not in the middle of getting damaged, but in the middle of getting sucked in by the lava. However, if you cast a fairy spell in the middle of getting damaged, you will be able to recover. That's fair. Now is a good time to get that P thing. Lag. You know, it's because they walk into you when you're jumping in front of them. It's obnoxious. You have nothing? Bad. Oh my, an invisible wall that you can walk into. Well, the first game already did that, so it's fair, right? Except the first game only did that in the second quest, where you were, like, purposely challenging yourself. This is the only quest of Zelda 2, and they actually have invisible walls that you have to walk into, be able to find goodies behind them. There's also invisible floors that we'll be encountering soon. It's gonna be fun. Wow, the fire spells of these wizards, or warlocks I should say, hurts a lot. As does walking into them. Oh, come on. All I need is the item, and I'll gladly take a game over after that. I'm pretty sure I'm just heading towards the key right now, though. Yeah. You do get to keep the keys if you get a game over. That's something, right? Do I have to? Okay. I think there's a better way to handle this. No, 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 I'm not accepting that. Teleporting right on me. That is nonsense. Come on. Hate these old wizards. Not accepting the game over based on stupid nonsense with this game. Not when I'm so close to getting the item, at least. Or that, with them walking right into me. The item's right there, it's the recorder. There we go. Hey, hold on, hold on. Yep! Get a game over like that. We get to keep the item, right? Yes. Okay, perfect. That works out, actually. It's like we're warping out thanks to that blue Dark Knight. It's just that we have to start back all the way here. Also, I lost all my XP, but whatever. And now that we have the recorder, we can go all the way over here. And we press the B button instead of the A button, because the A button is for the hammer. And that causes the enemy to disappear, because it doesn't like the music, for whatever reason. But while we're here, we gotta go through this. It's not really worth fighting these enemies, just saying. To be clear, they literally auto-aim to where you're going. So if you can't dodge them by just continuously running, they will hit you. There we go, we're out of there. There's a town right down there. We should go there. Maybe. We're not going there now. Ha! Good job ignoring me, enemies. We are going through this cave, not because it's an optional area at all. Just gonna say that right now. Oh, okay, good. Yes, we went through this cave for this 500 XP bag. That's what we did. Also because I made a mistake in the wrong cave. Kidding me? The red ones have these things dead. However, they give out less experience than the other ones. Also, you got the boots to walk on water, but you can't walk in that river. The designers of the game weren't very consistent when it came to actually giving the boots purpose. Magic. Hello? The exploit wasn't working. I wasn't doing it properly. Again, just ignore the red ones. They give out less XP. Now you get here and it's like there's nothing. Except then you take out the woods there by pressing the A button for the hammer, and that reveals that there was a secret. Thing is, you might not have actually been notified by the game like ever that you can do this. Break tree tiles to reveal a town. Hidden town of Kasuto. Kasuto! That is one of the only names in this game, I think it is the only name in fact, that is not reused in Ocarina of Time for an extra stage. We had to flee Kasuto. Yeah, the town we saw earlier, that was Kasuto. You deserve my help. Follow me. I think you need to have 7 magic things to be able to get the help from this woman. It's also the only other NPC. Yeah, secret at the edge now. She's the only other NPC that will actually help you, like greet you while you're outside and inside her home. But that was the last magic thing. That's good. The last heart container, however, I can't remember where it is. I have to check up again. Actually, the last heart container is probably the edge of town. Or it's basically the, what's it called? The, master key, something like that. Hello? Restore my magic, please! I only had like a split second to be able to do this. Looks like I can get in the fireplace. Well, why don't you, Link? Not like you are, you have to do this. And you have to press up to get in there as a fairy. Remember the magic word. It's the spell. Spell! One of the more boring spells. It actually has an interesting effect on enemies. It turns them into slimes. However, well, I keep calling them slimes, but they're chews. It turns them into chews. Thing is, the chews, like, it doesn't always work, I think, is the problem. Something like that. The more obvious use of spell is to go here and cast a spell. And yeah, now we can open any door as many times as we want. Number of keys we have, no, it doesn't matter anymore. Yeah, that was it. That was all we had to do in that town. It's kind of a spoiler that I went there before finding out that the town was gone, but I needed my refill, huh? I needed my refill right away. Yeah, might as well show the effect spell has on the enemies. Yeah, see, it doesn't affect the tougher enemies, which is the exact enemies that you wish this spell affected. That's annoying. There. Seems there's something that could be there, but we're gonna ignore that for now. Okay, we're just gonna do this. We're actually not supposed to go to that town right now, but might as well. Like, the dungeon is back there. It has an item that would allow us to be able to deal with the stuff in this town a bit more easily, but it's like there's only one home that we have to go into. Oh gosh, damage out of nowhere. I wonder what's happening. This wizard here is an asshole, by the way. Only teaches you this final spell if you have all 8 magic things. 8 magic containers. Can give you the most powerful magic, and you absolutely need this magic. It's the Thunder spell, 100. That's twice as much as life. You can only, like, I cast life twice right now to get to myself to restore my health, and it cost me so much magic that I'm only down to like less than 2 bars. This spell right here would have done the same thing in 1 cast. It's supposed to kill all the enemies on screen. I think that's what it does. It's not very effective, or very cost effective, I should say. The real issue though is that you need to cast this spell against one of the final bosses to be able to damage them at all. So, as you're doing the final dungeon, you have to keep remembering to keep your magic meter high in order to actually be able to even deal damage to the final boss when you get to them. Oh cool, I didn't get attacked. However, just before that... Kasuto. Strange. It is deserted. Except the enemies attacked me. Not gonna look at it now. So, yeah, this is why everyone fled to the other place. Alright, it's a fairy spell I cast after life, not whatever. It doesn't matter. These fish are super dangerous. Anyway, you cast a recorder right here and... Yep. Just one last thing though, I want to check to see where's the last heart container before heading into the dungeon. Because I need to refresh my mind. Probably not too far off from here. Yeah, it's not too far off from here. I had the right idea going east over there. It's just, it happens to be just over there instead, a little south where I was supposed to look. Yeah, here. Not too obvious, but that's where it is. Oh, it's time for Dungeon 6. Hopefully we'll get 6,000 XP by the time we're done here. I might have to grind a bit again. Because I want the last level up to give me to 888. So that was really convenient. Farm these bubbles quite a bit. I hate when they do that. Come on. Jeez. I've never shown how much XP they give, after all. And they only die in one hit, too. Yeah, you need the master key to be able to continue here, because otherwise you won't even be able to open that door. Now we need to reflect spell again for the clan member that have made a comeback. Guys, jumping right into me, huh? 2 hits. One more hit, buddy. Cool. Can we make that jump? With momentum we can, but just barely. Getting a bit too greedy here. But I got him. Excuse me. Kept missing up. Ah! That was kind of worthless, to be honest. I'm pretty sure that was the only one here. Or no, there's a second one. Ooh, okay, never mind. It wasn't worthless at all. Damn it! Coming down, don't worry. Go. XP bag. Only 100 though? Jeez. Oh, what? Whoops. One more hit. That's all I needed. Oh, come on. Two hits, that's all you need. One hit is all you need. Need to cast Reflect again, though. Invisible floor! Now, I showed what happens, but we don't want to fall through that floor. See. I'm trying to make a point here, game. From this statue, which is I think the third statue from, yeah, it's the third one. There's a three tile wide pit, right? Starting from here. So you want to jump from here to almost avoid it. Let me do it properly this time, come on. There we go. You want to avoid that pit for now because you want the item over here. I think it's over here. No, it's a boss first. Not the actual boss, just a mini boss. And it's always gonna be this one. When it came to the designers deciding what kind of boss can we implement as a mini boss, it's always this one. It's always this one. But now you can see how much more powerful you are. Look at how much damage you're causing. 3 hits! You know, discounting the force hits. They have to give you a key even though the keys are useless. Anyway, the item right here. The cross! Christianity! Yeah. I mean Christianity, but y'all know what it means. This game is too religious. Also, we have all the items now. What the cross does is basically now you can see invisible enemies. Yeah, there are invisible enemies. Also, now we can fall here to fight that guy over there. I'm pretty sure there's one guy over there. Yep. For a key bag. 2 hits. 200. Still need 1400 more. Reflect. Come on. Back up here and yeah, see, even if I had not done the rewind thing for falling down, I still wouldn't have had too much trouble. Now, making back this jump here is kind of annoying. In fact, you have to do it like this first. Need to keep momentum. Ah, hell, whatever. If you're out of magic, you're gonna have to make the jump, unfortunately. Or farm for a jar. I think you can farm for a jar, maybe not. You might actually be stuck. In which case you can... No, you have to. You have to make the jump. There is no way around it. Like, I thought there might have been a pit of lava there, but I don't remember one. Really wish I could stab these things, but... Que sera, que sera. Or que sera, sera. Now we have to fall down here, yeah. Not that fall, but whatever. Oh wow, I actually spent so little time on that platform it didn't start crumbling. Cool. Guess we can get that P back now. $350 left. And another guy right here. Come on. Go. Actually, if I remember correctly, this is a forever loop. You keep going down this hole, you'll just keep looping back to where you started. Oh, that was enough. Okay. Magic will go up, which means I can now heal myself. And yeah, this is the magic stone magic. Look at how much cheaper Thunder Spell is now. 64 instead of 100. Literally almost, well, over a third cut off. Spell is also now only 1 bar, as is Reflect. Jump is half a bar, cheapest spell ever. But Life and Fairy still stay at 50 and 40. And they're like the most, you get the most utility out of them. Well, mostly Fairy. Life is just for you constantly screwing up. Even so, I hate that they don't make those two spells cheaper and cheaper. They've been at 50 and 40 since like level 5 magic. And it just never makes them cheaper because they think, oh, it's too good! It's too good! And they're right, but they could have made life 48 at least. Come on. Yeah, so now we're back here. Oh, cool, perfect! Almost fully healed? Yeah, almost. And now we want to go to the right here. Yep. Gotta find another one of these. To be honest, we don't have to. Because we're gonna get the final level up we need once we complete this dungeon, so... Don't need experience anymore. Damn it. Doesn't mean I want to get hit. It is dangerous nonsense. And the game puts these blocks right here just to prevent you from using the fairy spell to cheese it. Whatever. Oh, but you do need the fairy spell here. I guess it's a really good thing I got to level up then. Don't go into the lava thinking you're invincible, by the way. You will get dragged down, even though you're flying. Oh, another mini boss. Anytime now. The problem is that once he gets off his horse... Oh wow, 2 hits. Once he gets off his horse, the game glitches out and you can't see where he's attacking from, like upwards or downwards. Makes it a little annoying to deal with him at that point. We're gonna need jump here, because we're... Yeah, I want to go on the other side. Because I think it has a life? Or a pea bag. Or that. Yeah, there is a life. Oh wow. How the hell are you supposed to avoid all these bubbles though? And now I'm gonna get hit repeatedly. Although if you're gonna get hit, you might as well get hit by the bubble save yourself some damage. So yeah, another extra life right there. Feel free to get it. Crap! I needed the magic though. I needed the magic. I think there's a refill somewhere around here, but... Yeah, is this a refill? Good. Cast life once. No, you know what? We'll play it safe and not cast life right now. Even though I could have saved some magic if I had done that. But yeah, you need cast fairy as you're falling down to be able to continue with the dungeon. And no, you cannot use fairy to go up ceilings if you fell down from. Fall, we make sure we got fairy. Start, fairy, cast, then you go. You can still cast other spells while you're in fairy, by the way. And just in case you were wondering. This should be the boss, yes it is the boss. I'm not sure if you need jump here, but I'll cast it anyway. Might help or make things worse. Are you kidding me? Come on. Not taking that. Falling right at the beginning. So it's the dragon, just a dragon head. Weirdly enough, oh yeah, this is a really annoying boss. Weirdly enough, this boss had different sound effects going on in the Japanese version. They were constantly going off, which make things extra annoying. Thankfully, it doesn't have nearly as much sound effects going on here. Okay, I need to do crouch jumps because I have jump spell on. I think you can down stab this boss quite a few times if you're lucky. It just needs to appear right before you. And not you do that. Let me just try it here. Okay, it works, but can I keep popping on it is what I'm wondering. No, you can't. Okay. Maybe it was a Japanese exclusive glitch. So the most dangerous thing here is the lava. Or the bottomless pit. To be honest, it's like that for the rest of the game. Even from the beginning they were dangerous, there just weren't that many. Now there's plenty of them everywhere. I really should have lost plenty of lives there, but bottomless pits are nonsense. And I'm not putting up with it. Anyway, that was the last gem that we had to put up on one of these statues. Now we gotta go to the final dungeon to find the secret Triforce, whatever, that was made up and retconned into the lore for Link to have his own Triforce. Even though the other games, literally I think every other game is a prequel to this one. Like not a prequel to this one specifically, but they happen in the past of this one, timeline-wise. And yet I'm pretty sure this game was made so that Link would get his own Triforce into the lore. But this is the game like he's supposed to claim it for himself, and yet every other game it happens in the past. Or in the case of Breath of the Wild, it is the future. But really, as I said much earlier on, Nintendo made up the timeline just to satisfy bored fans that couldn't get it behind their heads that Nintendo didn't make this series with a timeline in mind. The only franchise that really had a cohesive timeline, like out of the big franchise of Nintendo, was Metroid. Metroid had a consistent timeline where Metroid, Metroid 2, Super Metroid, and Metroid 4 were all like one after the other. It only started getting screwed when Metroid Prime was introduced because that one was a side game that had to happen before Samus exterminated the Metroid in Metroid 2, so it had to be between Metroid 1 and Metroid 2. Then Sakamoto was like, oh, they don't count, Metroid Other M, that's the new canon now. Except fans didn't put up with that, you know? Yeah, he was stalling going into this graveyard because these enemies are super annoying. How the hell are you supposed to dodge this? And here we go. Oh my goodness. This is the final segment of the game where all the toughest enemies are going to start coming out towards us, and dealing with them is extremely difficult. That ghost would be invisible, by the way, if I didn't have the cross. There's an extra life here. Or, no, a potion. It might as well be an extra life, though, for all intents and purposes. Oh yeah, and the generic battles now have Bottomless Pits in them. Fun. Especially with these enemies that fly around erratically. Oh yeah, and these enemies, the blue Lizalfos or whatever. They throw their hammers that you can't block. I think you can block them if you cast a spell, though? The reflect spell? I'm not positive. I was wondering why I wasn't... Oh, gosh darn it. I was wondering why I wasn't fearing these red eye things as much as normal. Was like because I always thought they were supposed to be extremely tough. Now I remember why they're extremely tough. It's because they appear in these stages and they move in a uncertain way and always make it so that you'll almost guarantee die because you hit them while you were over a pit of lava. Die. Die already. Gosh. It's not a stretch to say that you might as well just cast a fairy spell and take the hits. Look at this thing. You can still get level ups, by the way, in case you were wondering. But it won't increase your stats. That's the only catch. It's actually kind of convenient that you got that. Makes this jump a lot easier. It's a 4-tile jump. You need to be on max speed to be able to do it. Not in here. But yeah, y'all remember that glitch where if you get a generic encounter when you get an enemy on a tile where there's a preset encounter? You definitely want to do it here if it's possible, because these preset tiles are really frustrating. Really frustrating. Especially these jumps, oh my god. And these enemies that just push you into the lava. Like literally they appear out of nowhere. How are you supposed to predict that they're coming right for you? See how tight that jump is if you don't have the jump spell? You can't do it. It is possible, but very tight. Okay, no more rewinding now. I'm gonna take every death I get. Because we're at the end stretch, and once I get into the final dungeon, any game over I get basically restart right there. Cool. Getting lots of jars, I'm surprised. Move out of the way. Nope, not dealing with you. One more of these. Now it's with these red guys that have unblockable attacks, and you have to destroy them while they can shield your attacks. Ugh. Well, I'm gonna take the death, even though I panicked with the rewind. But, as I said, it's best to just cast a fairy spell and get over everything. Much easier. Oh, their maces actually go all the way. Okay, want to know. And we are here, Great Palace. if you have not placed all of the gems, that thing's not gonna open. When I was younger, I thought this was the 6th palace, which is why I went to go to it, because I saw it before the hidden palace. So I always got here, saw this barrier, was wondering why I can't get through it, and died over and over and over trying to get through. But thankfully, when you get a game over here, you always restart here. Here's the thing though, because you get a game over in here, that means you restart here. It means you have to go backtrack through the entirety of the road to this place to get to find the dungeon you missed. In which case, in my case, it was the hidden palace. Very annoying. Know what else is annoying? This dungeon's design. It is not the best design that Nintendo has ever made. Like, right off the bat, we're gonna go down here. Right here. You go right, it's a dead end. A worthless dead end with no pea bags or anything. So you have to go left. Also, there's some new enemies here. These bird things, phoenixes I think, or something like that. They're not too difficult to deal with. Except for the fact that sometimes their flame goes right towards you. Really frustrating. Yeah, invisible pits. I do need to farm for more magic right now though, because I will need to use the thunder spell on one of the final bosses. So the pit is just after this pillar right below you. It's roughly 2 tile wide, not nearly as big as the previous one you had to jump over. Okay, right here, left or right. I always remember that I have to go right, because if you go left, you find out that it is nothing but a huge detour for a path that you will be able to take down later on the right, where you will go the wrong way, and you're supposed to be sent back towards, well, this return path right here from the west. Literally, just go look up a map for the Great Palace of Zelda 2 Adventure of Link. See where this path to the left leads. You'll see it leads to a dead end because it's a path that you just take back from going the wrong way further in. It is atrocious design. Literally, why would you ever go here? It is a worthless, pointless passage. It's hard-coded into my mind to never go there. There's one more enemy we haven't encountered yet. It has the most appropriate name ever. It's not this one, we've already seen it. This. Oof. Destroy it. Like, I don't really want to destroy the enemies because XP is useless, but jars are useful right now, and I do need some. Otherwise, I'm going to have to lose a life to be able to even deal damage to the boss. Still continuing. Oh, here we go. The Fawkos! That's their name! Fawkos! You don't want to deal with them, seriously? Are you kidding me? I died to the slime. But yeah, you do not want to deal with the Fawkos. They're way too powerful. They're basically darkness that jump around. They do take very little damage though. So you can defeat them fairly quickly if you're good. But, I mean, that's just the red one. Just wait until you meet the blue one that jumps even more and has sword beams and everything. I think the red one has sword beams too though. I think there's secrets here. Maybe? Yeah, there is. Okay, this is a demo. You wanna see? Yep, okay, so that's what it is. Do I die if I fall off? Well, I can't fall off. probably another one right here. Yep. Can I attack this? It is a boss bubble that gives literally no experience, so why would you bother? I think it's right here. Let me just look. Verify a map. Yes, it's right here. This is the passage. You go left, you are going through that massive detour that just wastes your time and does nothing for you. Literally. You just get lost and don't accomplish anything if you go left here. You go through a massive detour, don't accomplish anything. You just wasted probably a whole bunch of lives and time. Why did they do that? Now I don't know how to get through that boss there though. Well, it's not a boss, but it might as well be considering how fast its attacks are and how aggressive it's being. Get it out of the screen. It's still attacking. Come on. These things shoot fire, I think. Yep, so you can't block it naturally. Come on. These are these look like generic slimes, but they're actually souped up. They take 2 hits, even from a level 8 sword. Hold on. The blue one. For reference, when they jump, they kick you in the head, usually. Also, I've got to uncover this while it's still there, following me. And yeah, it can jump right into the thing. I was stuck. I had to take the hit. It forced my hand. But I should be— Ah! No! I am not safe, ever! Ugh. What a fuck off. Preference is F-O-K-K-A. That's how you spell their name, but... well, I think it's always with an S too, so Fokaz. F-O-K-K-A-S. It's very appropriate. And I'm surprised we never see that enemy ever again. Not even Breath of the Wild, where it would have been a glorious souped up enemy. Just imagine a Dark Nut that just keeps jumping around all the time. Sometimes they jump coincidentally right where you want them to jump to, where they can't harm you. Ugh, don't follow me, please. Ow. Keep your distance. Go away. Ugh. More secrets? No? Oh yeah. This should be another refill. Yep. Where am I now? Oh wait, I think there's a life to the left and a ferry on the right. Yeah, just have to be careful of the way you break the blocks to benefit from that ferry. Yay. And there is a life on the left, but... No enemies? Okay, they probably all fall in the lava. That's what happened. Because I'm pretty sure there's supposed to be slimes on these platforms, but they're all gone. So I'm pretty sure there's like more than 4 lives in the whole game. Maybe like 6 or 7. Just usually I only collect at most 4. And I think that was my 4th one. Go away, fall down. Here we have to go left. If you go right, you'll end up in the dead end, but you won't waste too much time at the very least. Oh, that flame just jumped up the platform where it wasn't supposed to reach me. Gosh. Oh, by the way, if you went the wrong way, you know, the long detour, you would have ended up from here. And you are supposed to fall through that hole right there. That's intentional. Can go left, but there's not much point, I think. Ah! Big slime. Yeah, king slime. Y'all remember at the beginning when I was complaining that the developers were being derivative with this game? Just ripping off Dragon Quest? That's a king slime right there! Just literally. Big slime, that's a king slime. Separates the multiple slimes. That's literally the clearest rip-off they have. That they were just ripping off of Dragon Quest with the slimes. In my opinion, of course. I don't have any facts to back up my claims with. I think it's so obvious, that's all there is to it. You could continue the way I was going, but you're supposed to go down here. I'm not gonna cast life, because we're about to fight the boss. I might need it though. Thunderbird is not that difficult. That's the boss we're fighting here. Thunderbird. It's invincible right now, but you cast Thunder, and now its head is revealed, and it's blue, but don't care too much about that. Casting Jump helps a bit to reach its weak point, and life is basically just give yourself more life, but I'm not gonna cast it right now. But yeah, this is why you need a Thunder spell. Just for this one boss. It's constantly spewing out flames from its head or whatever, but they're not that difficult to dodge if you ask me. Even though it's spewing a whole lot more right now. Oh wow, did that actually kill me? Never mind, it's actually pretty tough. I still have 2 lives left though, so fine. I got shield, jump, and thunder of it ready. Die. Upstab doesn't work on it, I think. Yeah, wow, what a worthless move. Upstab doesn't work on this boss. You have to stab it sideways. Even though upstab was clearly made for this boss too. It's constantly hovering over you, so unless you cast a jump spell, you're not going to be able to reach it that easily. Die. Thunderbird is a joke! 1000 XP that you don't need, because XP's kind of worthless now. We're not done yet though, there's one more fan favorite boss coming up. We're gonna cast shield just before going here. Face your shadow. Or yourself, back then. It's Dark Link, he likes to stab your legs. You have to hit him. Here's the thing though, his defenses are impenetrable. You will never, ever be able to deal damage to him unless you use the glitch. Like this. Seriously, I've literally fought this guy on a computer with an emulator, slow down and everything. His defenses are impenetrable. How the hell are you supposed to stab him? I don't know. He's always gonna be blocking your hits. So there's only one option. You go to a corner, stand still, and you keep crouching and attacking like that. Except it doesn't work on from the left side. It has to be from the towards the right. So yeah, like they call it the cheese strategy to just keep stabbing his legs while staying in the corner. But as far as I know, it's the only way to really hit him. Either that or the glitch where you keep jumping and attacking as you descend. But as far as I know, Dark Link never ever lets his guard down. He's always gonna keep blocking your moves if you try to fight him fairly. Sometimes he gets a hit in, so you want to cast a shield spell for that, but as long as you keep doing this, you're pretty much guaranteed to win. People say the boss is easy because of that, but real talk! He always blocks your hits otherwise, so just use the cheese strategy. It's as far as we know, it's the only strategy to win. Trappers of Courage get, because we beat this guy with courage and not by cheesing him or anything like that. So now we have the full Triforce and we can wish this Zelda, not the one that we saved from the first game, back to life. Hi! Literally she wakes up and she already knows what we just done. You saved Hyrule, and you are a real hero. now we're gonna get down. Like these curtains. Oh my, they kissed. Yeah, they actually kissed. As I said, I played this game in an emulator a long time ago, and you can get rid of the curtain layer frame to see the full sprite of Link and Zelda, and they are in fact kissing. I mean, as far as 8-bit graphics make it look like. But yeah, that was Zelda 2. Had to do some cheesing and did a few rewinds here and there, but not nearly as many as Zelda 1, I would think. And Miyamoto only put Miyamoto as his name, not Shigeru Miyamoto like he did in the first game. Of course, it's translated as Miyahan for some reason, but maybe that was his nickname back then too. Well, anyway, thanks a million. Push start to replay for a new game plus, I think is what it says. And then you start with the stats you had at the end of the game and play anew. But there's no second quest where the dungeons are like done in a different way, because that's the problem with Zelda 2 in terms of puzzle design. The dungeons just aren't very well made. They're just, because of the fact they're 2D, the limits are much more clear. It's not like Zelda 1 where there was a lot more room to work with because every room could look the same. But yeah, I still like this game more than Zelda 1 despite that, because the combat is just more engaging, even if it is like unfair at times. And I know that I got like 3 game overs or something, but I swear, I was able to beat this game without a game over a long time ago on my 3DS, where I could not record the footage. Well, that'll be some other time. Anyway, next time we have A Link to the Past, a game that has aged extremely well, all things considered. Hope to see y'all then. Bye-bye!